Hello, everyone. My name is Sabrine. I am a head program manager with Magic, and today I have Aviva and Ella with us. They just finished their final presentation, so congratulations on the presentation and all the work you have done this year with our Magic program, Ella. And thank you so much for investing your time in mentoring with Magic. Aviva, um, to start with, can you introduce yourself, Bella?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, wait. Okay. My name is Ella Kuznicki. I'm 11th grade in SKA, and I'm a junior, and it's located in Hewlett, New York.
All right. Can you introduce yourself, please, Aviva?
Sure. My name is Aviva. I'm a mentor with Magic. I've been doing this for about 5, 6 years now. It's really a highlight of every year to get to do the mentoring and the final presentation. I'm a senior program manager at the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, and I have a background in engineering. And I live in Fair Lawn with my husband and 3 kids.
Awesome. Thank you. Ella, can you tell about your project? What was this about? And then also maybe your motivation.
Yeah, of course. So we did a 3D modeling of a foot, like a prosthetic. Our motivation really was like to design like from scratch a prosthetic foot, one that can be used, not really functionality yet, but just like designed to look like a realistic foot. So we used Onshape to do this, and it was like an amazing process that we did with it. And my motivation behind
And
it was I've always been interested in 3D modeling, and I knew nothing about it, and prosthetics, because I really want to help people that don't have the normal body parts to function naturally.
and from your previous interest in prosthetics, is there any reason you got interested in?
I want to be a doctor a little bit. So then I'm like, okay, but I don't want to do a website. I want to do something with 3D modeling. So I'm like, okay, doctors like need to help people. So I'm gonna help people by giving them feet they need to walk and body parts they need to function. And I chose feet because I love walking, I love moving, and I can't imagine what I would do without it.
And Aviva, we were chatting before the interview, and you told me that you did a similar project with the previous
Yeah.
mentee, a prosthetic. Can
Yeah.
you tell about the how different were these two projects?
Um, Yeah, it was it's interesting because that it's interesting just seeing how each mentee kind of takes the project in their own direction based on their interests. So that earlier project, the student had been interested in, she played volleyball, so she wanted a specific prosthetic design to play volleyball. So it was a very specific design for that function, a shape for that function. Ella was really interested, we were looking at, what do we want to focus on this prosthetic, and she really liked the aesthetics of it. She's like, I want to make this foot look as realistic as possible. So that was the focus of her modeling. And um I've always loved the 3D modeling and the parametric modeling, that since I learned it in school, I don't get much of a chance to use it at my job, but it's something that stuck with me. And it's just really, a pleasure to teach that conceptually to people. And there's so much you can do with it. And from there's so many different ways you can take a model once you have an idea in your head. So it's really nice to be able to help Ella realize her vision here. So.
Awesome. And what was among everything that you did in this project, what was the thing that you enjoyed the most, Ella?
Really designing the whole foot, specifically once we had the shape, kind of fine tuning it to get it like the more realistic part, like the toes not looking just like stubs, but like more of an actual toe shape, and really like being able to work with Aviva to design. It was like a really good experience, and I enjoyed it so much.
And have you used one tool for modeling, or have you tried different tools and then
Um,
settled with one?
we just used Onshape because we thought it'd be the easiest to use and like the best for what we were working with.
And it was
But
it was the one I'd used before with my other mentee. It's free online, so it's pretty
I
powerful
see.
for being a
yeah, it's really
free system. Um, and then Ella also checked with her like STEM person in school who does the 3D model, 3D printing, and he said it was a good app to use. So we said this is the right one.
Yes, what's good for us.
Yeah, because each of them is a little different. So it was good to stick with one and learn how to use one.
Yeah, awesome. And from your presentation, Ella, it sounded like the curves or the round shapes were more difficult. Can you
Yeah.
explain why?
Yeah, because when you like draw it, you can't just like make a line and like before I thought like with 3D modeling, I'm like, okay, like you can just like draw a line, like kind of like you're drawing and like the shape will come. Like, no, like each thing has to attach to that or it'll be like undefined and it won't work. So to get the curves, you can't just simply draw like one curved line. No, you have to connect the lines and like alter the ready-made shapes and you have to constrain it. That way, like it doesn't affect the other part that's already there. So it was like a multi-step process. So that's why the curves are a lot
Awesome.
more difficult than just like adding a rectangle, because that is an option.
And apart from the learning how to model something 3D, uh, was there any other learning that you would take from this experience, this mentoring experience from for your personal life or for um, your other activities in school?
Yeah. Besides like learning obviously the 3D model, it's just like it's so cool to work with someone who has an experience and like is a mom and has a job and like a working field. Like it really shows me that like I can do it too, and that like it's possible to be a mom, raise my kids, and also have a job, like a in like a cool field like STEM, which is like something that like a lot of women don't think they can necessarily do, but it showed me that I can.
That makes me
Perfect.
so happy to
That's
hear.
our mission. And do you have any tips or any words for Ella's future, Aviva?
I think what you said, you know, in terms of if you have a passion in life, you go for it and you can figure out how to balance the other parts of your life around that passion, even if it's something off the beaten track or something that other people aren't necessarily doing. So that's yeah. So I'm just so happy to hear that I was able to inspire you, and that really this is why I do it. It makes it, aside from just enjoying the process, this
Oh
is just,
yeah, it was a
you
really
know,
good
makes
experience.
it
Yeah,
very meaningful to
no one.
be able to help you there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Aviva. Thank you, Ella, and congratulations again. I hope other girls seeing this video in the future get also inspired by this experience you two had and the amazing project that you came up with, Ella.
Yeah,
So thank you so much.
thank you.
Thank you.